Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is DB333, and welcome back to our turn for Fuhrerreich as the Republic of Norway. Now, in the last video, we started preparing for the soon-to-be-coming elections that will be coming to our country. We began shutting out some of the far-right elements, which I'm sure is not going to bite us in the ass at all by doing that. And Black Monday hit us, and we're dealing with... Where's all the... I guess the reaction hasn't happened yet, actually. That's kind of interesting. But, we'll get to that. I imagine it's going to be happening somewhat soon. There we are. So, we can decide what we want to do. Some days ago, the stock market in London crashed. Some of the members of government and many societies said that we would not be affected. But we did. I think that should be what we were. But we were. But... After members of the Continental Entente today stopped all investment and all trade with us, we are not completely ready to deal with this problem. Already has unemployment risen, and state-owned companies are demanding more money and recourses. The enemies of the government have already begun to blame us. We must just wait what the news will be filled with tomorrow. Alright, so what can we do? Promising growth and no ties with capitalists? Speech warning against government interference? Blaming the socialists that have ruined Norway? Hell yeah. Sounds perfect right now. Yeah, there goes the, I was thinking. Tapping a lot of consumer goods factories, pretty big penalty to construction speed and factory output. Loss of political power. Change of libertarian socialist popularity. I'm sure it can't get worse. So, working on our new army plan. We're going to get a new military factory after this, as long as a small amount of political power and a little bit of army experience, which will be nice. After that, I think we will go down specialized army, so we can get that going. And then... we'll see if this path starts getting unlocked soon after that. So, yeah. So we got another free factory. We don't have really much of anything right now. So let's get working on some fighters, I guess. Get a little bit of an Air Force going. We probably can't build much, admittedly, but we may as well while we can. Or while we're here. Chaos in Kiel. The Hamburg Commune has declared war against the Danes. And I'm hoping it's going to take them a while to deal with this, because while they're in a bit of a tussle, we might be able to seize their colonies. Iceland, the Faroes, and Greenland. Let's hope, please. Election day. Anyway, the time for campaigning is over. The election date is here finally. Today we will see the will of the people play out. Some have said that this could become another victory for the Arbiter Party. Martin Tranville is still an inspiring figure in Norwegian politics. He is certain to win third term as president, or give his position to New, who hopefully as a uniting figure. Others have faith that a new government will be formed. Both Vestra and Høyre have good chances this year, and many have blamed the Madsen government for the economic instability. Some would like to see Movinkel or Christensen as the new president of Norway. The president also has the power to cancel the election if he sees the situation to hold one dangerous, I think. I don't think that too should be there. But this choice would be very unpopular, and many believe it would only help the right wing in our country gain support. Well, that sounds like a whole bunch of right-wing, alt-right propaganda right there. Let's stop this election. I'm sure nothing's going to happen. While we're here. Infantry divisions. That's what we want to train, right? So let's train 3 of those for now. Oof. Alright. That's no good. Brazilian Civil War. So, yeah, the monarchists just have to be in power, so we don't even have to have anything. Two out there. So then we can expand the nation state. Go down to Greenland case, North Atlantic War, which, seeing how the Danes are kind of busy right now, they'll probably be willing to give it up. Then once we do that, we can get some mass protests against the Garner wins the presidency. Okay, then. We'll get some factories and eventually cores. Then later we can proclaim Greater Norway. After we deal with the Sweden stuff as well. Anyway, mass protests against cancelled elections. Canceling the elections seemed to have been a pretty bad idea. Who would have thought? People all over the country are in protest, and places in the conservative Western Norway are open in revolt. There are also revolts beginning to grow in other regions. Many are now turning to the radical right to make them save Norwegian democracy. Nearly everything is set for a coup or civil war. Well, just have to see how that goes. Collectivists and Nat Socialists going down. Our political popularity is in the shitter now. Yeah, we're losing a lot. You know, the military deserts. Many of our soldiers have now declared that they do not want to protect the government and their actions. Many conservatives, liberal, and nationalist soldiers have now deserted, some joining the Norsk Samfundsfan. I still don't know how you say that correctly. I took a little bit of a break since I recorded the first episode, but it's only been, I haven't uploaded any of the parts yet, so I haven't had a chance to see if I'm saying any of this correctly. So, again, I apologize if I'm butchering it. Can we even punish them? It's a thing, I don't know if we can. Naval desert. Not only has military soldiers from the army begun to desert, now even naval marines and low-ranking officials have deserted. There's even a coastal patrol that has sailed to Denmark and sworn loyalty to the former king. What next? The Air Force? Do you want to try that? It's about to happen. Speaking of the Navy, let's go here. Merge these fleets together. There we are. Do we have any? We have a decent amount of admirals, actually. That's quite nice, actually. Let's go Henry Dyson. Well, Seawolf. We have a couple submarines, actually, so Edvard Christian Danielson seems like a pretty good pick, so let's go with him. The Kingdom of Sweden. Was that there before? Oh dear, they went not Padot. Which I think they've done that before. But that's still interesting. Because at the very bottom, they can choose to either go with the Brits or the Jerrys. And I'm kind of curious to see if I can take shit over. So I'm not quite like all of Scandinavia over, not just Greater Norway. But we'll have to see. Anyway, the party divides. Peter Fuhrerreich has recently declared that he will leave collectivists and radical parts of our party and form a new party. Out of our party. He believes that the Arbeiter Party is a sinking boat. Many of our radical politicians and supporters have now left us. Well, we're clearly doing pretty horribly right now with the political power. Oh, God. Well, now we're in the positive. That's only because we're, you know, not researching anything focus-wise. Is there anything we can quickly do real quick? That would actually give us some political power as well as some division organization, but same time. Let's work on our navy real quick. Let's get that going. And don't we have a... I thought we did... We do have some heavy cruisers and some subs here as well. So let's merge this fleet up together as well. And just wait for something to happen. Christmas Uprising. It seemed that Christmas time would be a peaceful event. But we were wrong. Cities in the west and the south have started an uprising. Thousands of people marched in the streets against the government and President Tranmere. Well, I'm glad we don't have opinion polls. Because if we did, oh fuck, we'd be fucked right now. Denmark, not really holding out right now. That's a bit of a shame. Up. Yeah, Hungary's about to kill themselves. Uprising in Oslo. Protests have been going on last months, but now the whole city of Oslo was consumed by the fires of revolt. Sandfjordsfjorden has been mobilized, and with the support of many angry men and women, they've started a major revolt. Many of our army units have either deserted these enemies or not respond to orders at all. At the castle, the guards have either joined the protests or been murdered by rebels. Stones are already thrown at the windows and into the presidential palaces. Then did Sandfjordsson break through the door and arrest Tranmere. So let's look at what we got. Prove all head of government ideals from foreign minister. So we got a bunch of nat pops in. We got a Falkist, a nat pop, and a social conservative in right now. And a Padot. So we got the whole diversity really. So the Valkists have come into power. We now have our normal beautiful Norwegian cross flag. We have this cunt in power, Vidkun Quisling, who, if you don't know who he is, a little bit of history for you guys. I imagine, you know, just because, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. So this guy, in our timeline, was a fascist, kind of like Nat Pop, like he is now. He really liked a fellow by the name, a kind of obscure figure by the name of Adolf Hitler. Now, he wanted to take over the government of Norway a couple times before, but it didn't really happen. But when Operation Westerberung, I'm probably butchering that, I apologize. Actually, it was a Nazi plan. I don't feel that sorry for butchering it, honestly. But when the Nazis invaded Denmark and Norway, Quisling couped the government and basically worked with Hitler. Now, when all that went to shit, and he kind of realized Norway, he was kind of fucked. To his very slight credit, he decided to just give up and give Norway back. But that's only slight, because not only was he a fascist, a piece of shit, he also gave up Norway's Jews to Hitler. He did a bunch of political repression. And he basically kind of sold his country out to the Germans. I believe, and I'm not entirely sure if I remember this correctly, but I think they even reinstituted the death penalty just so they could kill this cunt and the rest of the members of his government. So, not really nice guy. And fun fact, the name Quisling became like a common word in the Norwegian lexicon. Or, I think it's even like Swedish and Danish as well. Quisling basically means traitor now, which is a fun little fact for you. So yeah, this guy. Bit of a dick. So, you know, there's your history lesson for the day, I guess. Yeah, he's in charge now. New government in Norway. The Norsk Samfunnsfjern has couped Norway, and it's time to figure out what kind of government we're going to adopt. Some of our members want to give power to conservatives, but there's also many that want to invite back the king and let him rule. Lastly, there's a faction that wants to see National Samling take power and control the country. We'll have to see what will be voted on. We can do democracy. That's a bit boring. Like, I like democracy as much as the next guy, but I've done democracy for a lot of my games before, and I kind of want to do something a bit different. The NS, I'm not too big of a fan of. Not really something too interesting that calls out to me. Like, we could join with the Stall Pact, which doesn't really end too well, as far as I've noticed. Or, we can go for Monarchy, which is kind of catching my eye right now. So, we'll get 200 political power back. We'll get King Haakon the 7th back, who's a Padot, as well as a bunch of other Padots in our government. We'll become as the Kingdom of Norway. We'll get rid of the monarchist right. Yeah, I'm fine with this. There we are, the Kingdom of Norway. We have what is that? Is that mistletoe or something up? What the fuck is that? I don't... Oh, it's the fucking Norwegian line. Okay. I don't know why the fuck I thought that was mistletoe. I couldn't see. I can't see shit. Speaking of the... I remember talking about last time the issue where this focus didn't pop up, and it looks like I'm still having that focus. That problem. So, let's concentrate industry. When this focus is done, we're going to have to do a little bit of console stuff and just to bypass it. Well, we're not in the hole anymore. Ooh, the Popular Front is winning. Okay. That is mighty interesting. Right, Norwegian Navy. So let's do, real quick, focus.noch-x. We can actually do any of these if we wanted to, but there we are. Now that's bypassed. We'll do the monarchist victory. Then focus.nocheck. There we are. So, the monarchists are back in power. We got Haakon the 7th. Looking pretty badass, if I do say so myself. And, I think we got plenty of convoys, so let's switch it up to... Well, we can still build some, but I want to start building some submarines as well, so let's get working on that. So, yeah. Going down the monarchist victory. Yeah, Hungary's being raped. That's, a bit unfortunate. Oh, they're actually pushing back a bit, which is good. That's good, Hungary. Oh, never mind. Yep, they're done. The Danes are holding out right now, it looks like. So we got monarchist victory. We can either do crown Olaf or crown Haakon. But before we do that, I want to expand the nation state real quick while we can. And try to get Denmark to just give up their shit right now. Because if we can't get them to do that in time, it's possible that the Hamburg Commune might puppet them. Or they might just leave them be. I've seen either. I've only seen this option like, what's his name with his Hamburg Commune LP. I forget his name off the top of my head, and I apologize. But you either can puppet them, or you can just, you know, leave them be. But if they end up puppeting them, like there's an option for send a white piece like right as they take the Jutland Peninsula, which they have just done. So we're gonna want to get working on this as soon as we fucking can. Expand the nation state. We're also gonna get a nice amount of manpower from this, which is nice. So let's... Yeah, it's gonna be another 105 days from now. I'm not quite sure if the Danes are gonna hold out for that long. Guess we'll have to see. Yeah, we merged with fleet together, which is good. Just want to make sure of that. And we are out of time, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to have to cut it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. However, if you like this video, go and leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike and want to see more of my content in the future. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more uploads every weekday, as well as every Saturday. If you have any comments, feedback, concerns, anything of the sort, go and leave in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get, and I appreciate any all feedback you may have for me. If you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon down linked below. Cool reward here that'll hopefully incentivize you to consider donating. If you can't, I understand, but it's the only way I can make money off these videos, so do keep that in mind. I also have a Discord down below if you would like to join up with that. We can chat, play games, just have a fun old time generally. So that's about it, folks. My name has been DB333, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.